Good morning from Martindale, Arkansas, from the banks of McHenry Creek. This is Terry, and I've got something for you this morning that I find just wow. Have you heard of Kane, Eve's first son? Quick, name 5 things he's famous for.
Now the moon shines tonight on creamy red wing. The breeze is sighing, the night bird's crying.
All right, listen to this list of accomplishments of Cain. Okay, you ready? Number 1, Eve's first man-child. Didn't say it was his first child. First man-child. Number 2, he killed his brother. What's number 3? He got kicked out of the homeland. Remember, Adam and Eve got kicked out of Eden, and now Cain's kicked out of wherever they went, east of Eden maybe. Number 4, God put a mark on him to protect him, the mark of Cain. And then, of course, the most famous thing, where did he get his wife? We'll find out. Maybe. But let's look at these one at a time. These 5. This is what we're going to talk about this morning. All right, number 1. He was Eve's first man-child. That's going to be in Genesis 4, verse 1. And you can, it's just, I can read the excitement. God's given me a man-child. Doesn't mean it was a first child. I think there were daughters first. Remember the proclamation God put to him. Populate the earth. So I think, don't turn it off yet, you want to hear the other 4, but I think Adam was having to populate the earth with Eve and his daughters as soon as they were old enough. So I think there were some daughters first. No way to really prove that, but I'm pretty sure that's what was going on. Wait a minute, did I just imply that Adam's having sex with his daughters? Tell you what, let's get back to this one. A little later, it comes up again. Okay, number 2. Cain killed Abel. As soon as I said it, I kind of went, my head. Wait a minute, how did he kill Abel? Who just pictured a rock to the head? You know, the Bible doesn't say that. Doesn't say how he killed him. Most children are taught at church that Cain uses a rock to kill Abel. I've seen pictures in Sunday school books, like in junior high back in the day. Where'd they get that? Well, you've heard me talk about the book of Enoch, the book of Jasher, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, and then there's the book of Jubilees. Most evangelicals, where I came from, rural South, they don't recognize these apocryphal books at all. But you know what? This is where the idea of a rock came from. The book of Jubilees says that Cain killed him with a stone. And there's a long story just to that. In the Bible it says, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I think it's in the Bible. We've heard it all our life. But according to this one legend, Cain was killed when his house caved in. Rocks caved in, killed him. Well, wait a minute. It says, just like you killed Abel with a stone. Book of Jubilees brings that out. Yeah. According to another tradition and culture, the devil appeared, Satan appeared to Cain and told him how to kill Abel. Yeah. He says, hit Adam's head with a stone and kill him, whispered the devil to Cain. That was kind of a quote. Whispered the devil to Cain. And then as soon as it happened, after the murder, the devil rushed to Eve and shouting, Eve, Cain has murdered Abel. Couldn't wait to tell her. Anyway, that's one culture, the way they interpret this. Now, let's look at this from Eve's perspective. Even if Satan ran up and told her, or she just found out, however she found out, Eve didn't know what murder was, or death even felt like. So if Satan came running up to her and said, Cain's killed Abel's murdered him, okay, she's going to be bewildered, horrified, and ask, what is murder? So think about that. How would you explain murder to Eve? Well, according to this tradition, here's what Satan said to her. He does not eat, Abel. He does not drink. He does not move. That's what murder and death are. That's Satan talking to Eve. So Eve burst into tears and started wailing madly. That's what it says in this story. And she ran to Adam and tried to tell him what had happened. Remember, everything's the first time back then. So here's another idea. Here's Cain, and here's Abel, because it does say in the Bible, Cain says, go out in the field, I want to talk to you, or something like that. So here's Cain, here's Abel, and Cain's looking at Abel. Then way over there is Satan, back of the field, and he waves it at Cain to watch him, and he takes a big rock and he bashes a sheep's head in and kind of points at him. So Cain's going, there's one. Wham! Don't know. Now here's some other religion that most Bible believers in the world would recognize this religion as not real. But cultures all over the world start worshiping something or somebody. But here's what their scripture book says, that Cain killed Abel with the jawbone of a donkey, jawbone of a jackass, jawbone of an ass. That's what they think. Anyway, you know what the bottom line is? We don't know. And good luck finding that out. All right, here's where it's going to start getting real interesting. Number 3, Cain was kicked out of Adam and Eve's homeland. Get out of here. Well, he went to the land of Nod. The Bible tells us that. Does that mean people? The land of Nod? People? What people? This one creation thing is getting confusing. Where did the people from the land of Nod come from? Don't know. If you find out, be sure and let me know in the comments. Let's see if we can do some more research. We're kind of going to get to this in number 5, so let's move on to number 4. Now, the Bible, the Holy Scriptures that I believe in, tell us that God marked Cain. Here's number 4, the mark of Cain, mysterious. What was this mark? Well, the Bible doesn't say. And you know what? I tried. No other writings say. I can't find anything that literally describes. Boy, you can find a lot of speculation out there. I mean, people can't wait to try to show you how smart they are, and they just make stuff up. I'm just not finding anybody that can back up what they're saying. It doesn't even mean that there's a tattoo on his head or a horn growing out of his head. That's one of the beliefs. It doesn't say it's a visible mark. Maybe it was an angel following Cain around. I don't know. It just said there's something recognizable, so people won't kill Cain. Didn't say they can't kill him, but if they do kill him, it's going to be bad for them. But God didn't completely protect him. He said, but if you do kill Cain, here's what's going to happen anyway. So here it is. If anybody tells you what the mark of Cain was, why don't you just ask them where they got that information? If someone tells you that they know what the mark of Cain was, they may be making it up. Maybe they're possibly following some uninformed teachings. Maybe there is something out there, some ancient writings from one of the apocryphal books I haven't seen, but who knows? If there are some ancient writings out there that explain the mark of Cain, please tell me. I want to read that. I'm very interested in this. I absolutely would like to know if there's anything where I could find out, just to do some research and find out. So if you know something, or if you run across something, send us a note in the comments below. Let's talk about it, because I would love to know if there's something out there that I could look for. Now, here's something that I find much more fascinating than God put a mark on Cain. Why did God mark Cain? Cain was afraid, told God, Cain was afraid people would kill him. Here we go again. What people? I thought I was supposed to believe that the entire population of the world was Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel. Isn't that real? Isn't that what people say? Remember, I'm a two creation guy. Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 are different. There may have been a lot of people on the earth from Genesis 1 creation, and it could have been a million years apart. I don't know. Dinosaurs came from somewhere. They were real. But here's the deal. God is following the line that leads to Jacob. And the way I interpret, I accept the New Testament too, the line of Jacob and then to Jesus. It doesn't matter to all these other people on the earth if there were any or were not, but I think there were. But that could have been where the people from the land of Nod and other places. But it appears if Cain's afraid people would kill him and it's just one creation, he's talking about his sisters and future brothers. Remember, he's the only man-child besides Adam alive at the time. Abel's dead, Seth hadn't been born. So who's he afraid of? All his sisters and nieces and their children, I guess? Or were there other people? Here's something you have to accept, though. If you're a one creation person, these guys have been sleeping with their sisters a long time. Or worse, their nieces. You know what that means? That means Adam's daughters are having daughters. That would be Cain's niece. So Adam's sleeping with his daughters? Granddaughters? Wow. Try to grasp all that stuff. But I'm open for enlightenment. I am. If you know any of the answers here we're discussing, please let me know. Number 5. Here's where it really gets fun. Where did Cain get his wife? You know, there's 3 possibilities. Number 1, he married his sister. And some of these writings and Jubilees and others even tell us it was Awan. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but it was a sister that they think was dedicated to Abel to be his wife, his sister wife. But he got killed, so Cain took this sister. Anyway, number 1, where did Cain get his wife? He had to marry his sister. That's 1. Or his niece. That's 2nd possibility. And remember, a niece, that's from Adam impregnating one of his daughters. And then there's possibility number 3. Where did Cain get his wife? The civilization in Nod. We're not sure if he met his wife in Nod. It kind of, you could almost read between the lines in the Bible and think he took his wife with him to Nod. Not sure. But if there was people in Nod, maybe the people Cain was afraid of, this is another civilization that could have come from Genesis 1. Remember, let's look at these 2 creations real quick. Genesis 1, God created animals first, then man and woman together. Genesis 2, man first, animal second, woman third. Okay, that's 2 different creations unless you think God made a mistake writing them down. Genesis 1, Genesis 2, they are not the same. So anyway, look at this. But here's what really gets confusing for me. I do believe there was a first and second creation. But then there's a verse, Genesis 2:7. You know what it says? It calls Adam first man. I think that's what Adam means, first man. Some people believe that Adam was in both creations. Remember, the Lilith thing comes into play here. Don't know. But here's Genesis 3:20. Eve, mother of all living. I'm confused. I think. Let me just start all over. Confusing? No. It's fascinating. I told you the Bible is interesting. The only reason I started doing these little Bible stuffs on McHenry Creek YouTube channel was to show people the Bible is interesting. I'm on a worldwide mission. I've got 180 something subscribers so far, to show people the Bible's interesting so they'll want to get involved with it. Okay, I'm having fun. But try to figure out all there is about Cain. Wow, it's not easy. We'd like to lean on the Bible, but it just doesn't tell us everything. But the other writings out there fill in some gaps, and that's why I love Enoch and Jasher and Jubilees. I got to do some more reading in Jubilees. But do some research this week and use and see what you find about Cain, and put it in the comments below. if people are following this YouTube channel, they're interested in knowing, I promise you. So do a little looking, Google something, and down below get you something in the comments there so the rest of us can keep up with you. Anyway, this is Cherry from McHenry Creek, just up the hill a little ways in Martindale, Arkansas. And I will see you next week. Thanks. Subscribe, share, like, share, subscribe. Whichever order you want. Thanks a lot.